Morning. We're going to start sitting. Okay, this morning we'll be working on our core, so focusing on breathing in our belly as well, breath of fire, and some hip work as well. So targeting all those lovely spots that we seem to focus on. So we'll get started sitting. I'm sitting on my heels. If this causes anybody discomfort, you can add cushions behind you, or you can bring your legs forward, because how we're sitting here isn't really going to affect what we're going to be doing to start. Okay, so drawing your breath in, bring your hands to your tummy and begin to feel your breath in your belly. And we're going to do 5 of these breaths. As you breathe out, you push your hands in and let your belly draw back. And let your hands fill with your in-breath. Your belly grows and expands. And then you let it push. As you breathe out, push the breath out through your mouth. Imagine blowing out a candle off in the distance for these last 2. Good, stay right where you are. We're going to bring our hands back behind us. Interlace. Squeeze your shoulder blades back together. Find the ground if it's easily there. Bring your knuckles to the floor. And then breathe belly, rib cage, and heart. And open up your front body. Breathing in, looking up. And as you exhale, feel your hands, imaginary hands, pushing in your belly and drawing it back in, and the chin tucks under. We'll do 5 of these. Breathe in. And out. Good, one more. Good. Come back, bring your arms forward, lift your hands up, breathe in and stretch your shoulders. Stay there, I can hear my doorbell. Stay there, stretch your shoulders. Oh, hi. Thank you. Front door. Thank you, cheers. If everyone can hear me, release your hand, sorry. Leave a task to a 9-year-old. No chance. Good, bring your legs out. The one thing I said, if the doorbell rings, just answer it. He's in there like this. Good, so bring your legs forwards. Everybody understands. This is why I make this class free for technical difficulties like that. Okay, so I'm holding onto my knees and I'm going to use my hands to pull my spine up straight and long, okay? And then I'm looking off into the distance, breathing in, letting that front body open. And then as you breathe out, you let your belly collapse in and you hold onto your knees and feel that your stomach contracts at the bottom of the exhale. So with your hands, pull and push the breath out. And pull the breath in. So there's a bit of holding at the top of the inhale. Look up. Open your throat. Exhale, push the breath out. Pull. Hold. And through the mouth, push. Okay, last 2. Hold, pause, look up, hold. Breath out. Hold the breath out, squeeze, contract the belly, last one. hold. Now for a moment, let your hands go. Okay, hold and then breathe in. Now you've got the modification with the hands on the knees or lift it. Exhale back. Squeeze your core. Inhale. I always try to avoid saying that. It sounds like Jane Fonda. But what I mean is it contract the belly muscles like a boxer would receive a punch in the stomach. That's contracting the core. So breathe in, straighten your spine, look up, exhale, push the breath out and hold. Now we're going to move a little bit quicker. Can you guys time that type of breath? Now add those itty bitty pauses at the bottom of the exhale before you come on to the inhale, pause. And now you're finding an edge. So that means when you come back, you find that space that's a challenge. Maybe you have a little shake, feel that. Okay, and sit there on the edge. Okay, breathe. Now, from here, just look at the clock. We're gonna do 60 seconds. So, at this pace. Breathe through the nose, out through the mouth. If that's too challenging, in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Now feel the heels doing something, sort of a gripping action. That's us over halfway done. We've got 20 seconds. Last 10 breaths. Good, I'm just gonna stop us there. Hold, bring your hands together, clap them together, interlace, and squeeze into your midline. Squeeze your bum, hold. And then come up, bring your hands behind you. I'm gonna turn my fingers out because I've got a bit of a shoulder issue happening. If you have okay shoulders, you can turn your hands forwards towards your feet. We're gonna come into a reverse table. So make your feet as wide as your hips and then push into your feet, lift your hips up. So hips can come up as high as you'd like, and you can drop your head back or just look towards your tummy. Reverse table. Breathe in. And out. Okay, good. Bring your legs forward, circle your ankles. Make the motion as if you're stepping on a gas pedal. Okay. And then we're gonna bend our knees again. Feet are on the floor. Bring them right where they just were. Okay, we're going to bring our hands to that interlace with our index fingers like Charlie's Angel. Okay, now point your fingers forward. Bring your head just a little bit back. And then we're gonna do the same exhale, hold back, but this time it's a twist. So you bring your arms over and over. So, okay, so this is again, we're gonna do this for a minute. So establish yourself and then we'll start the minute right now. Okay, you establish yourself by finding your edge. So it's not about making it easy. Okay, it's about finding the space that questions if you've, you know, what's going on there? Have I reached too far? If you've reached too far, you come out. Maybe you could go a little bit more into a twist and enjoy the twist and the breath. So it's halfway. Squeeze your hands together, no space between the palms. Ten, 9, 8, 7, good. Count, finishing, that's it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to the middle and hold, squeeze your hands, hold. You're gripping into your midline. And then coming out. Same thing, reverse table. I'm finding this quite tricky because I've injured my left shoulder. So you make this how it suits you, okay? Lift your hips. You can look towards your knees or drop your head back. Push into your hands, push into your feet. Breathe. And lower on in exhale. Good. Give your legs a little stretch out, straighten them, gas pedal. And circle the ankles. Okay, a lot of this is focusing on your core. You might feel this in your hip flexors. So these all one muscle, you know, it's all interconnected. Bring your feet in. Now this time we're going to bring one knee up. Okay. So anybody with issues in your lower back, what really is great is to have some kind of a cushion or a foam block or something that your body feels, because psychologically when you know something's there, you kind of relax. So if you've got any lower back issues, it's a really good way to support this. Okay, so we're coming here. So you see my shoulders, they're not in my ears, they're relaxed. So it's that long front body. And then we're gonna switch. See the balance? It's a little balance on our hips. And I'm smiling, but I'm really not. Oof. I'm the teacher, I have to smile. No, I am smiling. This feels good. Okay, so we're rotating each leg. Here we are. Now, if you have any strain in your neck, you can bring your hands behind your head. It's a little bit more challenging. So tap, tap, tap. Good, last 10, 9, 8, 6. Good, bring both legs up, bring them in. Okay, hold this boat pose. So this can be here as well. You can be on your tippy toes. Okay, alternatively here, hold it, bring your arms out. Good. Lower your feet, bring your hands back, reverse your table. Breathe in, let it all go. Exhale, lower. Good. Okay, we're gonna drop back. Hug your knees in, adjust your lower back on the mat. Okay, so here we are. We start out in this little ball. Hold on to your legs, and when you hold, you're as if you're moving your legs like this, but with your hands there, it's gonna pull your back off the mat. You see that? So I'm lifting my shoulders. Okay, and then my heels move away from my buttocks, like that. Then left leg is gonna shoot out. So like a kick. Hold on to your right knee. And that leg feels like it wants to let go, but I'm gripping to lift my back. Belly's active. And then I'm gonna switch. So as you exhale, like that, like a train. This is us a minute, okay? After this, we're gonna add that twist for another minute. Okay, you can stay here or change your hands to support the back of your head. That's just halfway done. Open your elbows out so they're not squeezing in. Open them out wide. And now you can play around. Maybe my feet want to hover over the floor. Okay, on this next one, we're gonna twist. Right elbow, left knee, opposite. Okay, and if you're tired, the toes come down and you rock. Okay. But don't stop, just modify. Thus, halfway. Let the elbows open up wide. If you didn't know where your core was before, you do now. Scream it out. Last 10 seconds. Good, that's it. Bring your heels down, slide them long. Take a stretch. You can bring your thumbs together like a butterfly with your hands. And pull yourself into one long shape. Breathe. And then let your arms come and fall out wide. If you don't have the space, you make a cactus shape with your arms. Good, and then bend your knees in. Bring them together, so squeeze your knees in, and we're gonna drop them down to one side. Now your feet just sort of flop apart, that's okay. Now bring your shoulders into the ground, both shoulders, breathe into your front body. And you can use your exhale through your mouth. Good, now feel that contracting stomach. So you almost pause the breath and let that draw the knees back to the middle. So over to the opposite side. So stay here for a moment, adjust. And relax the shoulders down into the mat, into the floor. Now breathe in. Maybe you feel your arms sliding out wide. Exhale. Okay. Grip the belly. Bring the knees back to the center. We're going to float through a couple of those to finish today's quick class. So rock the knees left to right. If some of you are carrying on and doing a little more exercisey stuff, I can continue on for another 5 minutes. If you need to leave, you're going to come up, bring your knees and hug in and take a 1 minute relaxation with your legs long on the mat. Okay, and you're welcome to mute me. I'm just going to carry on for another 5 minutes, a little bit more core stuff. We're going to lift our feet up, hug your knees just a little bit in. It's like your knees are coming over to that side's elbow, whichever side they're on. And then you're going to come over to the other side so the knees don't come to the floor. You can kind of guess this is version 1. You see where it's going to start to go to. Give your hands a little press down. This is yoga and sunbathing all together. Okay, so coming over, one more on each side. And then pick a side and stretch the legs out. You'll find they won't come down as deeply. And then you're going to tick-tock the feet over. Tick-tock. You know, sometimes it's good to feel your body. Bring your hands to your tummy. You can feel things changing and activating. Good, we're gonna do one more on each side. And we're gonna come back to the middle, bring them to the middle. If you don't have the flexibility, your knees are bent. Okay, otherwise, stretch them out, interlace your hands behind your head and lift your head up. Okay, and then it's tap, 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 tap. This is really good on the hip flexors. This is us, 1 minute. And it can look like this. Okay, for lower back. Look at your belly, see it move. Last 15 seconds. That's us, last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I have to bring my feet down. Stretch. Now grab a hold of, let's start with our right knee. Grab your right knee in. The left leg can be straight or bent. And we're going to bring that right knee over to the left side. Just for a brief moment, stretch. Now my right hand is on my raised hip, and I'm just encouraging those muscles to soften by moving my hand and brushing my leg. You let that knee relax. Good, now breathe in, bring your right arm up and around. Good, let the shoulder move. Just a few circles with that right arm, all the way around, big circles. Good, last one. Good, then grab a hold of that right leg, pull it in, hug it in, lift up into the knee. Now let's all bend our left knee and place our right foot on top of that left bent knee. Give yourself a little hip stretch. Okay, so again, brush your inner thigh, encourage that hip to open without jamming the knee. Okay, just soften. And then you can have a little side to side movement. Okay, we'll go a little deeper if it's there for you. Some of you can stay here if this is a really nice stretch. You want to enjoy the niceness. You can also lift the left foot and play. See if that feels interesting. Explore. Okay. Maybe grabbing a hold of the front shin or behind the hamstring on that left side, and then you can add a little bit more movement. Good, and then we're going to lower that right foot down. Now if you straighten that other leg, you're going to straighten your right leg. We're going to do the same twist on that opposite side. Left knee hugs in, so that this right foot can be on the floor. And then grab that knee and bring it over to your right. So the left knee to the right, taking a twist. This is to release your lower spine. Okay, and then you use that left hand to brush the muscle on the hip. Good, let that left knee come completely to the floor so it's not hovering. And then when you're ready, we're gonna take this left arm into circles. Just work with that shoulder. Circle it around, doesn't matter which way you go. You know, what's interesting is when you have a little injury, you sort of feel that that sort of psychological holding to protect yourself. So pain is a way of your body's, it's a way of protecting. So maybe you work with that, you see where it goes without pushing it. My tendency is to get mad at it. Ah, so annoying, frustrating. So I'm trying to work through that and just release that sort of anxiety around that injury and let yourself carry your arm. Just a couple more. Good, and then grab a hold of that knee, come back onto your back body, hug it in, lift up into the knee. You can give your shoulders a little roll here. Okay, and then we're gonna place that right foot on the floor. Okay, the opposite leg's gonna bend, and we're gonna bring that left heel, left ankle onto that right knee. You notice the differences here on each side. Okay, so you modify. You don't push one side to do what the other side did. So add a little bit of left to right here. Now you can smooth out that inner thigh. Just encourage that knee to open up. And then Explore what happens when you lift the right foot off the floor and down. Feeling that little movement. It's a nice movement in the ball and socket joint on the hip. And then if it feels okay to grab a hold of the shin or the hamstring. Everybody's different. Where they like to hold on to, and then you add your little movement. Good. If something feels tight, notice if your face changes shape, squint your eyebrows, try and soften. Good, and then just be still for a moment. Hold the position and breathe. Good, let your lower back relax down into the mat or floor. Good, and we're gonna come out. And cross our ankles. Okay, and let your feet come like you're crossing like you're sitting in cross-legged, but you're letting them drop. This is to open up the hips. And one last time, bring your hands up and overhead. Good, start to turn your head left to right. We've gone beyond 5 minutes. But now that I've got 2 in school, I'm not getting badgered. And you guys can stay for as long as you need. You can dip out, dip in, dip out. Okay. Grab your, release your arms, grab the outside of your legs and push your knees back together. Just one last time, change the cross of your legs, drop your knees out wide, and then interlace opposite index finger on top. Breathe in, stretch. Now see what happens when you push the outside of your feet down. A little bit more, a little difference in the legs. Good, and then let's draw one more breath in and turn like you're looking up at your hands. Open up your throat, breathe in. Let it all out, exhale the arms, sweep them out. Bring your knees back together. Okay, we're gonna either roll to one side or let yourself rock and roll up to sitting. Oh, that was lovely. Thanks for bearing with me also with the postal delivery. Okay, sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands into prayer. Your thumb is right in your chest. Between the ribs, look down. So just know that your center is right where your thumbs are, the center of your body. Breathe into that space. Let your heart illuminate. And you're all done. Done with me, that is. Have a lovely rest of your day. Thanks for joining as always. Like, you guys are amazing. I'm glad to see faces, even if it's on a flat screen. I will see you on tomorrow, Wednesday. Sorry, school's out, but you're still on. So see you tomorrow, 9:30. Have a lovely day.